obviously this was a huge win for us, especially after last night when the game was really close, and I thought we could have won that game. To have our guys respond the way that they did. It's not every day that you get to play a ranked team back to back on your home floor, and actually that never happens. And so, again, like I said yesterday, I hurt for the guys. I hurt for our staff. I hurt for our program because we were so close. And I know we're doing things the right way. I know we're getting better. And then, today to respond the way that we responded was huge. And, it took everyone. That's what I kept telling our guys. We executed better today than we did yesterday. We had the same energy. We had the same fight, and we believe. And so, it's easy in a year like this, for people to mail it in and not do things the right way. And we're just not doing that. And really proud of our kids, really proud of them. And I think we're, hopefully, this can boost us and we can get something going.
I think you played the same five the last 10 and a half minutes of the game. I mean, what was it, just kind of a hold on and strap in with those five at that point?
I had a couple conversations about, because I really thought everyone gave us something. But again, I thought Ben had gotten, ample time to rest in the first half. So I thought he was good to go. I thought Aaron, just kind of is one of those jack of all trades guys for us that, it's just hard to take him out just because he's a steady vet presence. I mean, that's huge for us. Donovan, was just gobbling up rebounds. We challenged him to do that, and he did that. And so I didn't think we could take him out. And but again, I thought we could have gone to our bench. I really do. But those guys were playing well, and there were conversations about possibly making subs, but we didn't do that, and our guys got it home for us.
Really, Ognosovic in the first half, and you went away from him in the second half yesterday. It looked like a matchup thing, but then he played when Brody wasn't on the floor today. Just kind of talk about his last two games and what you saw from Jo.
Well, there's not a young man that works harder, and it's funny because Ben Cricky will tell you, Jo, makes him work harder. Just the amount of time that young man puts in the gym, and he has a strong capacity for work, and so. It's not a surprise when he's, performing. And so, one of the things that Paul, as we were playing all those games in a row, and I know we got another stretch coming up, and it's going to be difficult, and we're not going to have a ton of practice time, and that's just the reality of this season. But it was a rest, prep, and there wasn't a lot of time for individual development. And, one of the things that I just challenged my staff with was like, look, yeah, we rest and prep. We got to do that, but we've got to continue to get people better. And I think Jo spent a lot of time, getting some individual attention, talking about, maybe some of the things, the defensive rotations and things like that. And it's easier to play him. Obviously, he can put the ball in the basket and he can do it at a high rate. And he did that tonight. I'm really proud of him.
It's your first win as a coach over a ranked team. Does
No,
this
it's not.
mean?
No, it's not.
Sorry, my bad. Rhode Island, my bad. Your first conference win over a ranked. Where is this up there for you? In terms of games right now. Sorry about that.
Well, it's huge. Paul, and look, it means something to beat a ranked team that's undefeated, no doubt about it. But at the same time, just looking at, I really believe in this team. I believe in. The young guys maturing. I believe in the vets giving us a veteran presence. We haven't really, been able to get a groove, and, we were able to have some practice time. I thought it showed. And I think I really do believe we're building something special here. You got sophomores, freshmen playing well. You got vets playing well, and I think we can continue to build on it, but it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday process. And, I thought our guys played better today than they did yesterday. So we just got to keep hanging our hat on that.
Coach, you guys had a big lead yesterday and weren't able to close it out, but you did today. So was there, what was the biggest standout reason for you why you guys were able to close out today's win? Was it a mental thing, an execution thing? What was it?
No, I thought we guarded. Yesterday we couldn't guard, and towards there in the second half, they were getting downhill. They were getting offensive rebounds. Today we did a better job guarding, better job contesting, better job making a miss, and then when they did miss, we did a better job getting rebounds. Yesterday we lost the war on the boards by 20. Today we lost it by 3. So I think that's the difference in the game.
And you talked about, you feel like you're building something special here, and you can talk about building for so long, but how much does this, or I guess, does this change for you now you guys have a signature win that you can hang your hat on?
Maybe. I think, last year I thought, we were, definitely trending at the right time at the end of the year. Obviously when you lose a player like Javon, I think that kind of takes you back a little bit. I was sitting there yesterday, I said he had 26 points against whoever they were playing. I mean, there's no doubt that the talent that we lost with that young man. But then just, having young guys that you believe in, having some new guys that you believe in, and, not really having an opportunity though to work with them, so you miss your summer, you miss a lot of your fall, you get quarantined a lot. And so that process is tough. I mean, look at a lot of the teams around the country that are young. I mean, teams that are really good, look at Kentucky, they're young, right? And they're used to, winning with young guys. Duke is used to winning with young guys, and they've just, struggled a little bit because, we've all missed a ton of practice time. So the maturation process is different for everyone. But I do think our guys are coming around. I mean, obviously, with young and experienced guys, there's going to be up and down moments, but we just got to build on it and not get frustrated and maintain positivity and keep moving forward.
What's Connor Barrett's situation?
So Connor, tweaked his ankle yesterday. He tried to get it going today and shoot around, and it just was pretty painful. So obviously we want to be cautious with something like that. I mean, it's unfortunate because I do think Connor gives us a ton. I love his toughness, his shot making ability. But it gives opportunities to other guys. I mean, I thought Good News came in and gave us great minutes. And I think and Zion's obviously, performing well. So, hopefully it's not, a lingering thing. We do have a ton of games coming up in a very short amount of time. And so we just got to get guys healthy.
And then my final question, just Sheldon to come back into the starting lineup. He had a big 48 hours. What can you say about him?
He's a talented young man. I mean, I thought, he had a huge layup down the stretch. I mean, that dunk really wanted him to finish it. But I guess the second one. But Sheldon's talented. He's talented, and he's going through that process of what's a good shot for our team, what's not. But it gives us another scoring option out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Hey, real quick, your opinion on the foul on I don't know, was it Saki on Roman, the cylinder? I mean, what are we supposed to do on that?
I don't know if I remember that one.
Late in the game, he's banging our chest in like this, and they call a cylinder foul.
Oh, I thought that was on Donovan. That was on Donovan, I think.
Was it on Donovan?
Yeah.
I just what's our defense to do?
I hate that rule. I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. It's.
Right. Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Brandon, I'm going to Drake's. I'll be back.
Stressful.
J.O.
How you doing?
Nationally ranked team I'm from Wisconsin. To go from the smallest division of Wisconsin to go to a nationally ranked team, just what were these last 2 days like, in particular getting this win today?
Getting this win was great. I mean, we were on a 3-game skid, so I mean, we needed this win, and losing yesterday like we did by 3, we should have had that game too. But today we executed our game plan well, and we all played well together, and the results showed. So it was great to get the win today.
When your number's been called, you've delivered. Just what's it like going in and hitting some early shots and getting in the flow of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I try to contribute in a positive way and make an impact on the game right away. And I just got to stay ready when I'm on the bench, because you never know when you'll get in. So yeah, it's been good when I'm out there, and want to keep this momentum going, stay confident.
Offensively, there's really no question about your game. Defensively, I know it's a higher level and all that. Just what's your take on playing defense at this level and the challenge that you face?
Well, so when I was in high school, I really just sat in the lane all of our games. But so now in college, guys are a lot more skilled. So I gotta play on the perimeter a little bit, defending the post. So, I mean, I felt like I've made big strides this year in my defense, and I think I played pretty good defense today as well. I think we all did. And I mean, just working with the coaches every day, getting down the ball screen coverages, getting stronger every day so I can guard these big guys. I mean, I feel like I'm getting along pretty good.
One more for me. Yesterday, your third three-pointer, you were screaming for the ball. I mean, it's interesting to see a freshman come off the bench who's not been playing a ton to be kind of screaming, like, give me the ball, and you knocked it down. Just where does that confidence come from to be popping in here and saying, give me the ball, I want to shoot?
Well, I mean, I shoot a lot outside of practice, get a lot of shots up, and my teammates know that I can hit that shot too. And when I get in, I've been hitting it. So, I mean, I was already hot. I hit two earlier. I mean, I really just wanted the ball, and I knew I was going to hit it before I shot it. So,
Jacob, I mean, every kid that, moves to the college level, you want to play against nationally ranked teams and have the chance to compete and beat them. So, I mean, can you just talk about just the opportunity of being able to have a nationally ranked opponent and then being able to actually win and not just compete with them?
I think it's huge for our team just because, I mean, we've lost really close games before. Like, we blew a lead to Evansville, we blew a lead to Purdue, and just coming back and beating a ranked team who hasn't lost at all this year. I mean, that's huge for our team, huge for our confidence level, and yeah, it's really good.
I asked your coach about this too, but I wanted to get a player's perspective. What was the difference today? Like, you guys had a big halftime lead and second half lead yesterday and couldn't close it out, but you did it today. Was it a mental thing, an execution thing? What was different on Sunday?
Yeah, so yesterday I felt like even our coaches felt like we executed our game plan well, but there were some things that we could have improved on. And one of those things was rebounding the ball. And today we really did a good job of just limiting them to one shot and getting the ball and then pushing it up in transition too. So that was a change we made in the game plan, and we executed it well.
I'm all set.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
I'm good.
What's that? Oh, I know. Yeah, if people knew how stressful it was, like this Zoom, that Zoom, this Zoom, that Zoom, just I know. This is insane.
Is EG for you?
Yep.
Aaron Gordon, you just played 40 minutes in the in the second of a back-to-back, and you beat a nationally ranked team. What's crazier to you, that you played 40 minutes or that you beat a nationally ranked team?
I think me playing 40 minutes is definitely crazier. I think, one thing that like Coach Holloway and Coach Gore, one thing that they've been telling me, since 24 hours ago, since we lost the last game to Drake is, they told me, we don't want to see a dip, and, productivity, which we want you to, lead the team by example, whether it just be, just being ready, getting your treatment, making sure that you're going to be ready because you're going to be a key part in this next game, just with all aspects of leadership and being out there on the court. So, they kind of told me, you're going to be in for a long one today. So, they had me mentally prepared.
In the first 6 minutes, I don't know if you know what a trillion is. In a box score, if you play a minute, and you don't record any stat. In the first 6 minutes of the game, you didn't have a single stat.
Yeah.
It was a slow start, but then, I mean, the rebounding, the points, and some big shots. Did the game just kind of come to you as it went?
Yeah, that's one thing I always try to do. I never try to force up, bad shots. I mean, there are times where, you may take a bad shot here and there. You may turn the ball over, but, that's obviously something that if you watch Valpo basketball that, as a team, not just me, but as a team, we try not to do. We try not to, take bad shots. We try not to turn the ball over, even though it does happen some games, obviously, as you have seen in the past. But that's something that, we try, to get the best shot for the team.
You beat a nationally ranked team. It's have you been a part? Did you have any of these at Seton Hall at all?
Yeah, I had quite a few.
Okay.
But doing it here, it feels a lot. It feels really special. Obviously, with being Valpo, mid-major program, it always feels good when you can beat a ranked team. Just because you don't necessarily get the fair shot playing at home against ranked team. I think that's one thing that I've noticed. Just through college basketball is a lot of mid-majors could beat ranked teams, really good ones, but they never get the opportunity just because they're normally playing there off of a back-to-back, and the ranked team is probably ready. So being able to play against another ranked team, fair and square at our house, that's something that I think was fair. And, a lot of teams don't get that opportunity. So, I'm glad that Drake, I'll be honest, I'm glad that Drake has did their thing, all the way up to this time, they've remained undefeated. So, that shows their character and how well that they've done. But normally mid-major teams don't get that opportunity to play against a top 25 team on their home floor.
And I'll ask about your character, your team's character. You've had a lot of adversity this year, losing some leads, losing last night, losing to Evansville. What does it say about the character of this team that you guys are able to keep pushing through and showing up and win this game?
Yeah, so one thing that we've all, talked about as a team, especially just this halftime, is we've had a lot of situations to where, we've been up at halftime and, we just let the game slip, just normally just due to, just wearing down a lot of, turnovers, tough shots, into the shot clock. So, that's one thing that we said that we weren't going to do this game, and obviously it worked out. Whether it was against Drake or not, I was proud that we didn't necessarily go through that slump that we had before of just, turnovers and a couple of, mental errors on defense. We didn't have that this second half, even though they still did. They hit some tough shots.
Aaron, with like I'm referring for a local newspaper, there's been a lot of talk in our immediate area about all the local guys that play for Drake. Is that something that registers on your guys' radar at all inside the locker room?
Oh, no, not at all. It's kind of funny because, we say hi to them because obviously, they'll come here and they'll play over the summer, things like that. Obviously, they didn't do that this year because it was COVID. But normally, a lot of the guys on Drake's team will come here and then play because obviously, Malik McMillan went to school with two of them, they're from this area. But, once the game starts, it's really not anything weird. It was kind of good to see Darnell Brody. I actually was at summer school with him with Seton Hall. So it was kind of, good to see him. But, overall, it really doesn't feel that much of a difference. And for us, it really wasn't anything out the ordinary.
What was the moment for you? Like, I don't want to say you come into the game confident, believing you can win, especially after hanging with them yesterday. But what was the moment for you when you realized that this was going to be a win?
I'll be honest, you never really know until, the last, obviously, I'm not going to say until the buzzer sounds, that's really cliche, but until the last 2 minutes, because I know how good teams are. They're ranked for a reason, and I really wasn't confident we were going to win until the last 2 minutes.
Thanks, Aaron.
Obviously, those Arch Madness games are a higher level, but is this in the conversation? Or,
Oh, yeah, I think all Valley games, that's one thing that really attracted me, to the Valley when I first came here. Obviously, there's other high majors and whatnot, but the Valley, to me, like I've always said, is very similar to the Big East. These are hard wins. You're not going to – there's no real off nights. Obviously, you guys can see Illinois State is struggling right now, but they, were 1 point, they were one possession away from beating Drake too. So it's, there's really no off nights. So to me, I feel like every game is a tough night out, like a Valley game.
Final question. Fans weren't here. Students weren't here. Do you miss the fact that would they have rushed the floor? Did you have to – is that missing from college basketball this year?
A little bit of it. I don't think that they probably shouldn't have rushed the floor. Me personally, I don't think that they should. I don't think you should really rush the floor unless, it's a top 5 team, in my personal opinion. But it is a good win. And if the students wanted to rush the floor, that's really more of their choice. I don't care if they rush the floor if we beat a Division III team. That's really on the students. But, it's really all in, just to – it sucks not having fans. It sucks because I think that, that momentum that fans would have been able to give, maybe we are 2-0 this weekend. You just never know. So It's tough not having fans there. Obviously, my brother Evan's in China, and obviously my brother Eric's in the NBA right now. So I mean, they say that it's weird not having fans at their games too, or limited fans, as I should say. But it's something that we gotta get used to.
Thank you, Aaron.
But thank
Aaron,
you.
I got a question for you. Obviously, this was not a big scoring game for Donovan, but he was very, very good on the rebounding part of the game. Can you just talk a little bit about what you saw from him this game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the past couple games have not been the best scoring games from Donovan, we all know he's capable of doing, but I think that that's just due to him getting a lot of attention. He's a very talented player. I mean, we all know that. And I think him being able to do a lot of other things makes him so much better. Him being able to rebound, him being able to draw so much attention, and him being able to, lead, to do things like that. All that stuff is amazing that he does. And to me, I don't think his game is predicated off scoring. I don't think a lot. And that's what's so great about our team this year is, we have a couple of scorers. Obviously, Sheldon's a scorer, but, we don't have a lot of guys who can only score. Like, we have a lot of guys like Zion who, can really push the ball, can really rebound, sack, can really push, defend. We have a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things other than just put the ball in the basket. So that's what's so unique about our team.
And final question, obviously taking this win, how do you build off of this as you go on to your next game?
Yeah, well, that's going to be the tough part. It's kind of hard to build off wins because with this, we're playing, every single weekend. And then now we're adding in these Wednesday games just from the COVID thing. So, we just kind of just have to take the mindset of, after, at 4 o'clock, this win is over. And then now we got to move on to Bradley. So the number one thing that I believe that we could do is just to continue to fight, because I think that's the number one, part when it comes to February. Because obviously when March comes, everyone's juices are back flowing, but February is definitely a grind. Obviously, we're not able to, be with our families right now because of COVID, but we are able to, be together and try to do our best to, keep our mind off just basketball, especially with school going on. But really, that's really all we have to do is just continue to take every single day, day by day, and not really worry about what's coming up forward, what's next week. Really just focus on what's, on Wednesday, and you just take it day by day.
I'm all good. Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Thank you.
I don't know. Is Edwards coming? I didn't even realize who we said. How do we not? We don't even have the top scorer here. Sheldon, I thought you dunked. What's up with that?
Coach Holloway was telling me to start putting people in the rim, so I was like, all right.
You put yourself in the rim for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how sweet this is to get a win over a ranked team.
It definitely feels good. We've lost some games that we should have won, so this one feels good to finally get over that hump. So yeah.
Coach yesterday talked about how he hurt so much for the team because he wanted you guys to get over that hump. What does that mean? This kind of is this hurdle to get over of closing a game out now that you've done it.
That's the hump, closing the game. So most of the games we've lost, we've just haven't been able to close them out. So to be able to close it out today, we've always been telling each other the scores like at halftime. Say if we're up both games, we were up like 8 or 9. We're telling each other it's 0-0. So we just gotta keep the same intensity, keep the same energy, defend and score. And well, they can't win if they. Our saying is they can't win if they can't score. So we just carry that out to the second half, and we end up getting the win.
For those of us that don't ever really have much of a career of dunking, can you describe what it's like, the dunk you had? I think it put you guys up by 20 points at the time. Can you just take us through that moment, how it happened, and just what it kind of felt like to do that?
So Zion got the steal, and me and my quick instincts, as soon as I see a steal, I take off. So I think he had Donovan on the right wing, and he had me coming up the middle. So as soon as I seen he passed it to me, I caught it. I just took one dribble. I looked over to see who it was, and then I just rose up. And it definitely feels good because I don't really, as crazy as it does sound, I don't dunk too often in games. So I'm gonna try to increase that number of dunks.
And then just, I mean, to do it in a game that put you up by 20 points against a nationally ranked team that was undefeated and now is not. Just what's the mood like for you personally, and then in the locker room in general after getting this win?
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like we can compete with anybody, regardless of the ranking or the record or whatever it is. If you put us against you, we can win. That's how we feel in the locker room. That's how I know. That's how the coaches feel. So we just gotta continue doing what we know we can do and try to win games.
And I asked a few of your teammates this, asked your coaches, and I want to ask you it as well. What, from your perspective, what was different about today's game that allowed you to close it out in the second half when it didn't work out yesterday?
We maintained the same intensity and energy defensively. Even as they go on runs, we'd huddle up in dead balls and talk about what we need to do, what we need to fix, and go out and execute. We did a good job of that.